All right, guys, this is part three of the biggest mistake I made when pursuing my dream. So, if you're new to the series, I would recommend you check the part one, the link, part two. This is a part three, the story, the actual story of how I was on the streets in Dubai. Okay. Indian passport holder, lived in Dubai his whole life, 36 years, but now on the road, no money. Okay. I'll give you the situation and make you understand. So, anyway, I'm not going to repeat what I said in part one and part two. It takes around 1 hour or 30 minutes, whatever. Watch that. Watch that. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay. So, now in part three is where I continue from the part where I'm now on the streets. My, you can see all these books, right? I have carried them for literally 20, 25 years. They were all in cardboard boxes. They were in a, I told you, last time they were kept in a, like a warehouse. Like the watchman had an extra room. He had kept it there. I told him I'll pay him some money later on. He said, okay, fine. You can leave it there. It's an unused room. And for sleeping, I would go to uh, a generous friend's house, or I'd go even to the building watchman and sleep literally on, on the floor. On the floor, just put a little blanket there or sleep on the sofa. They would just give me a bed or something. It was bad. It was really bad. And I'll tell you what made it worse. Have you ever tried searching for a job? You send people emails and you're waiting for a response and nobody is responding. You check your Gmail account, and you're like, oh, there's nothing. Only spam. You check the sent folders. Okay, all the emails have gone, but nobody is responding. Blank. Then you check your WhatsApp. Blank. Nobody has bothered to send you a message. You check. Oh, sheesh. Okay. You check your Facebook. You send them the message. They read it. They didn't respond. This is exactly what I was going through. When you don't have a job, when you don't have money, when you don't have position, nobody responds to you. Nobody calls you. People don't even want to call you. Why? Because they are afraid. If they call you, you'll ask them money or you'll ask them something. So they don't see any benefit in calling you. And I don't blame them. Once upon a time, people were just literally, if I would call them, they would call me back or they would call me. Now, people are avoiding me like as if I'm some kind of like black cancer or something. And I'll tell you, it's a very tough phase to go through when you see your phone and there is no message, there's no notification. And that waiting time, that period is tough, man. You sit quietly and you don't know what to do. You don't feel like watching a YouTube video. You don't feel like watching a movie, listening to music. You don't want to talk to anyone. And even if you talk, like some people will go, hey, how are you, man? Everything okay? No, man, I don't have a job and all that. And they're like, okay. All right, man, talk to you later. And then you're sitting quietly. That was my situation. And I don't blame them. They have their own lives to take care of. I mean, why should they go out of the way to take care of someone who's a nothing or nobody? You know what? I'll give you an example, an analogy how my situation was. I was living a life, let's say, you know these ocean liners, no? Where they have Las Vegas, like they have the flamingo dancers, they have the pools, they have all you can eat 5-star buffets, they have theaters, they have entertainment on board, and all the people are having a party and they're dancing. I was living that life. The owner of the ship, the owner of the cruise was like my mentor. He was taking care of me. Don't worry about it. Everyday girls and everyday fun and movies and nightclubs and party and get up in the morning and you can order amazing food for free. My life was like that. And one fine day, I got this kida, as they call it. I saw this ship. I'm on this cruise line. I saw this other ship, which was into, let's say, shipping for sailors. You want to ship, you want to, fishing. Let's say you get the fish and you sell it. So assume that was my passion. I wanted to be a sailor. I wanted to, hunt for fish and buy the fish and cut it and sell it. That was my passion. So here what I did is I called up that ship which was into fishing. I said, "Hi, my name is Loy. Whatever, I'd like to join you guys. My dream was always to be a guy on a fishing ship." And after they checked my profile, all on phone. "Hey man, you're a perfect match for us. We had a couple of vacancies. You're perfect. You're young. You're strong. We'd love to have you on board. And we'll pay you a good salary and all that. We'll train you." So I was so happy. So then I go to my mentor, the guy who was the owner of that ship, multimillionaire, and I tell him, "See, listen, that has always been my dream, and I want to get off your ship and go to that." And he was hurt. He was hurt because he always thought I would be with him, and he didn't want to, destroy my life or cause any problems. So he told me, "Okay, but there's a condition. If the minute you step off board the ship, the minute you leave, we are going to go in our own direction. We are going to wait for you, and our relationship is over. You think, do you want that or you want this? You can't serve two masters. So if you say bye to me, you can never come back." And I knew that was a price to pay, and I told him, "Yes, I made up my mind." He said, "You sure?" "Yes." "Okay, fine. I will let you go, and it's bye bye." So that ship, 1 kilometer away, is this fishing ship. I take a raft, emergency raft, they have life raft, no? Get down in the water. It's 1 kilometer away. I say goodbye to the multimillionaire and this luxury cruise, comfortable life. They say bye. They start moving their direction. I start rowing towards that ship that is fishing. And as I'm coming closer and closer and closer, waiting to go on board, suddenly they inform me, or they tell me, "Hey, listen, man, sorry, we made a mistake. We don't need you. We found we already have the staff. We have decided we don't need you. Sorry." And without even being bothered of my situation, they speed off. Now I can't race a boat, right? A big ship. And they go off. So now the ship that I was going to start my career is gone. When I turn around, that other cruise liner is also gone. And now I'm in the dark ocean, middle of the ocean, on a life raft. And I don't have this also, I don't have that also. That was my exact situation. And like I told you, every day I was checking my phone. Every day. Wake up in the morning. I sent so many emails. I met so many people. No emails back. Not even a letter of regret. No WhatsApp message. No SMS. Nothing. I tell you, it kills you, man. Because now you don't know who should I go? Which company should I go? Who should I approach? I mean, what do you do? Do you beg? And literally every call that I'm making, my money is going down. I have to put money again. Every time someone says, "Okay, maybe come for an interview or come somewhere," I have to pay money for cab. I have to pay money. And in Dubai, those days, even today, I don't think there was cheap taxi. I don't think there was a train. There's no bus. And even if there is, they may not go that direction. So I was literally walking and trying to get lifts, which nobody offers. So that is where my story begins. And at this chapter 3, I remember the location. I'll give you the exact location. If you're in UAE, you'll know what I'm saying is true. It's Al Majaz area, Al Majaz. The Dubai Sharjah Highway. Okay, this is the Dubai Sharjah Highway. After the bridge is Al Wada. Okay, so people turn left. People turn left to go towards Sharjah, and that moves towards Rola Square. Rola Square is the residential area for many people who stay in UAE, Sharjah. Okay, anyone who stays in UAE will know what I'm talking. Now, that road that goes straight now, there is Petrofac building I don't know if it is still there. And then there is this flyover from Petrofac. Now, this detail is important because I'm giving the exact location. Petrofac building, flyover, and I was walking there. Okay, this side of the road, this side, because the all the traffic is going towards the Rolla. It's bumper to bumper because people are going from work home. I remember the time was somewhere around 7 or 8 because that is the only time you can walk outside. Others, the heat will kill you. It's like 40 to 50 degrees heat. You can fry an egg outside in the afternoon. So in the evenings, because it's a desert, it's kind of cool. So Petrofac was behind me. I was walking. The flyover is going down. As I was walking, you can see the shirt, no? You can see this? I was wearing a shirt similar to this, loose, and you can see how tattered and it was old. Inside was a banyan. It was not like I was wearing a torn shirt with holes and all that, just wearing loose because, if I wear body tight, I will sweat. And I didn't have the luxury of getting it washed laundry. So just wearing loose. One more thing which nobody knew. I was wearing a Giordano jeans. You get Levi's, you get Hang Ten. Those are the brands. Giordano is a brand in Dubai, UAE, and they have the jeans which is slightly loose. I don't know how in the world, if your legs are like this, right? The inside, where the private part is, I don't know how it just tore. I don't know, stitching came out. I don't know how did it tear. Luckily, it was not a very big tear, although later on the story it goes bigger. But it was like from here to here. There's a tear. Don't worry, I was wearing an underwear. But because my jeans is torn and there's no way for me to get new jeans or whatever, I don't want that headache. So I was wearing this shirt like this, loose. And remember, those days I was a big guy, 100+ kilo guy. So I was wearing a very loose shirt where the shirt would come down all the way to my knees. So it's literally like I'm wearing a dress. And the benefit was nobody could see the trouser was torn. Okay. And I was wearing one of those, like khaki belts. Okay. So, because I had a tummy here. Okay, fine. So here I'm walking with my, I think like, it was like a Ray Kroc slippers. Sorry, Croc slippers. So what Ray Kroc? Okay, Croc slippers. Black ones. So I was walking there and it was 8 o'clock and, it's dinner time. Oh man, I remember this so very well. Um, I'll see if I have a photograph to share with you. Okay, I'll have to search in my Facebook. The exact time and date, everything is there. Let me see. Can I get Loy Machedo cafeteria? Loy Machedo cafeteria. Let's see. Checking on Facebook if I can get that. If I can get it, I can literally give you the date. Okay, literally give you the date of that place. Okay, I can't see it. All right. So here's what happened. Um, this cafeteria, in all, anyone in UAE will know this. They have it's like glass, okay, where you can see inside. There are these white tables, round plastic tables, and that very popular white chair. Those are cheap chairs. So they have them outside, white tables with plastic chairs, like a beach kind of thing. Inside, they have maybe a metal chair and a table, I think marble top. Cheap ones, not too expensive. And it's all white, so it's very bright. And then there are the counter or the kitchen, which is kind of closed. They have all fruits. They have like a glass, like see-through. All fruits. You'll see apples, oranges, and very colorful. Okay, and then there is a small opening. So this is the entrance to the cafeteria, where you can see people sitting there or whatever. And then there is a kitchen which is covered by this small opening. And you have to open and then go inside and they close it. Okay. So there's always a person who pops his head and looks. Okay. And then he goes back and they'll prepare their juice, they'll fry their, eggs, burgers, sandwiches. And this was Ultima Cafeteria. The name of the uh, cafeteria was Ultima Cafeteria. Now, outside is where they cut the shawarma. You can Google search what is a shawarma. It's like a whole slab of meat. It comes down like this, and there is fire. It's like a grill, and they keep with the heat. It's like roasted, and the juice flows out. Very delicious. They serve it with a khubus, Arabic bread. They put the meat in that. They put salad. My mouth is watering. They put pickled, like it gives you a pickly taste, like chilies or whatever. And then they put salted kind of yogurt kind of milk. It's, I don't know, tahini or whatever. Arabic, all Arabic. And that sandwich is kind of kept near the heat. And once it's hot enough, then they give it to you smoking hot. It's like, my mouth is watering with French fries. Okay. So those days, the cost for that sandwich was 2 dirham 50 fils. I know today it must be like $10 or $5 or whatever. Those days, a lamb sandwich in UAE, lamb is cheaper than chicken. Okay? Lamb is cheaper, the shawarma. So it was 2 dirham 50 fils. I still remember this. And the chicken was 3 dirhams. Okay? Now, I'll keep the cost in mind. So as I'm walking, I get this smell because they are cutting it outside. No, those days they would allow you to cut it outside. Now the municipality has made sure that it has to have a glass enclosure, and because the intense heat is there, you can feel the heat, and you can the smell goes through your nostrils. Yeah. So here I am, a hungry guy, you know, slight dust and all that, walking with the shirt and jeans, and man, that smell when it goes to your nose, oh, you get hungry. And I was hungry immediately. And what I did is, like any normal person, I put my hand in my pocket to see how much money I had. I still remember this. Put my hand and I saw those coins, 50 fils, 25 fils, 1 dirham. I don't know why I didn't have money or what it was, but that day, that particular time, I had 2 dirhams, 25 fils. Okay. Remember, sandwich is 2 dirham 50 fils. 250. I had 225. And the chicken sandwich was, $3. So chicken sandwich out of the way. Okay. So now I came there and I asked that guy, the guy, they wear like a paper cap and they wear white shirt, and he's cutting the shawarma. Malayali guy, Malayali Muslim, he's cutting the shawarma. He's doing his work, because there are people there. Okay. I stand there and he looks at me. He's cutting the shawarma and he looks at me and, kya mangta hai? The typical, like, what the hell do you want? I was like, I said, ye shawarma kitna? I knew the price, but I was still asking. Oh, 250 hai. Okay, wo chicken ka itna? Like, he was like, he didn't give a damn. Teen dirham hai. Okay, 3 dirhams. Okay. And then I could see other people eating rice and curry and French fries, and I was like, oh shish, okay, this is out of my budget. Then I asked him, French fries ka kitna? So by the time I asked him French fries, he was getting kind of irritated. He's like, what the hell is this guy? Like, why is he asking me chicken how much and this how much? And French fry wo 2 dirham hai. 2 dirham for a small plate. French fry. पर अगर आपको वो सब मांगते हैं वो 5 dirham है. Means French fry with the sandwich with the ketchup or whatever. So he's looking at me and he's confused because, normally people are not poor or anything like that. And I look like a well-built guy. I didn't have all these facial tattoos, but, I had tattoos, okay, up to my neck. And I'm a plump, fat guy that time. And I'm standing there and, my mouth is watering. And I'm tired and I'm looking. So he looks at me and he's like wondering, like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Why is he asking the price? Is he okay? Like Like, did I take some drugs? Although nobody takes drugs in UAE like that. Okay. So as he was doing it, from inside, I told you, it's like a see-through glass, and one black, dark man, very dark. Okay, not like an African dark, like a South Indian dark. Kerala, very dark, with glasses. The guy was almost like 60 years old. He had white hair, bald ear, and then he looks, pops out his head and saying, "Evidende," like something like that in Malayalam. Even though I'm half Malayali, I don't know much about. He said, "Evidende" means like what the hell? Like what's happening? So this guy speaks in Malayalam. "Evidende," he tells him, "Evidende, chicken sandwich and mutton sandwich and French fry. Evidende." So the guy, pops his head and looks, because that opening is there, no? It's just to put the plates and takes out the plate. And he's looking at me outside, and then he looks at me, and I think he was confused, and, "Hey, Eda," he tells me, "Kya mangta hai?" He asked me, okay, like, what the hell do you want? Like, I said, then I told him, वो आपका French fry, थोड़ा French fry मिलेगा, थोड़ा pickle के साथ, yeah, sandwich ले लो ना, means he is telling me, take the sandwich, और French fry free में दे, means it'll come together. नहीं नहीं, I told him नहीं नहीं, and then I don't know, I just felt embarrassed with the whole thing. I felt confused, and I was really confused. I was hungry, I was tired. I was like, नहीं नहीं नहीं, and this guy is looking at me like with his glasses, those cheap metal glass. He's like trying to figure me out. He's trying to figure me out, and here I'm totally like zombie, like lost. I'm hungry, I'm tired, and traffic is going, and this man is looking at me, and I was like, "No, no, chodo." I was about to go. I said, "Okay." He said, "No, no, hey, 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 beto, beto, beto. Okay, I'm French fry dega, beto." So then, like, I didn't know what to do. I told you, outside there was a white table with the plastic chairs. Yeah. And I was tired. I was like, okay, I'll just sit outside. And just sat down. I just sat outside, and it was like a slightly sandy, like not like dirt sand. It was like, made that you could sit outside, and cars were going. And so I sit outside. I'm just sitting there. My mind is blank. I'm just thinking about job and what to do, where will I stay, and what will I eat. And I sit there, and in my head it was like I'm still holding on to that money, and I like, okay, 2 dirham 25 fils. Okay, it gives me French fries. It'll be $2, and then I'll be left with 25 fils. What will I do with that, and where will I go? So nothing was making sense to me. Seriously, sitting there, I'm just thinking, 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 and all of a sudden, the food comes, the French fries, which I apparently ordered. But to my surprise, he brings two shawarma sandwiches, French fries. He brings, plate of rice. First was a plate of rice, curry with meat. It is an Arabic kind of like red curry with mutton and vegetables. And then there was another plate of French fries and two shawarma sandwiches. And the minute he bought that food, I was like, I stood up on the I said, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, ये आप क्या लाए अभी, ये मैं order नहीं किया. And he also, sorry, he bought a, I think, avocado juice or something like that. I said, ये orange juice, sorry, orange juice, yeah. I said, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, ये आप क्या लाया, मैं order नहीं किया, ये मेरा order. Like, I was panicked, like, how will I pay? अरे एडा, ये बेटो, that guy who served me, beto, beto. I was really scared. Okay, I was not sure what is happening. I don't know. I just got a panic. So old man from there, he said, "Ada beto, ada, hey, beto, beto." And then I looked at him, and then he said, "तुम मेरा बेटा जैसा है." तुम मेरा बेटा जैसे मीन्स यू आर लाइक माई सन. तुम बैठो. तुम बैठो. तुम बैठो. खाओ. Eat. You know why I'm crying? Is because here is a Keralite Muslim guy, a total stranger, a 60-year-old man, a total stranger, doesn't know me one bit. And he gives me food. And I'm not joking. 3 kilometers away, I told you, no, from Zaja to Rola, 3 kilometers away is my mother's health club, my mother's and father's, which I help build. They have a business. They're running a business. They have a health club. They have a house, 3 bedroom. They have money. But my mother refuses to help me, refuses to take my call. My own mother, mother and stepfather, because I was a problem child. And here I am with my family there, who refuses to even take my call, refuses to give me a penny, refuses to give me maybe a glass of water. Maybe if they give me, they will treat me like shit. Maybe they'll make insult me, especially my stepfather. And here is a Malayali Muslim, Keralite, doesn't know me, just saw me few minutes ago. He knows I don't have the money, even though I didn't tell him. He must have seen me counting the money. And I told him I only want French fries. And he gave me rice, meat, French fries, 2 sandwiches, and juice. Even my own Christian, this Christian people who give all this Jesus and God, and even they didn't give me a glass of water. The Christian people, I was a Christian, they didn't give me a glass of water. And when the food was there, no, I put it in my mouth and I was crying. The food was hot, the French fries, but I couldn't taste it because I was crying. I was just sobbing, and they saw, they didn't say anything. They just left me. And out of, feeling sorry because tears and, my nose was the thing, he put a tissue box there. They didn't say anything. And while I was sobbing, I was eating. I kept eating little, thinking about my life. Few days ago, few weeks ago, I had everything, car and girls and guys and friends. And, we take everything for granted, whether it's food, whether it's money, whether it's health. But then when you lose it all, no, one by one, it just, when you go through tough times, man, whew. And then as I was eating, they gave me space. They didn't say anything. I ate and I was hungry. Put the French fry. Man, it tasted amazing. hot French fry with ketchup, especially when you're hungry, when you're hungry for, like, you have not eaten anything proper for days, tastes very nice. Sandwich also was very nice. And as I was eating quietly, with tears rolling down my face, I just asked that guy who, put that tissue box. I said, "Can I please have a piece of paper and pen?" This is one habit which I've always had: piece of paper and pen. So I took he gave me a piece of paper. They had, like piece of paper, and he gave me a ballpoint pen. He didn't understand why, but as I had that piece of paper there, I on that piece of paper, I wrote down, okay, what do I want? Not like a goal, like what are my goals and what do I want? Like, because I have to change my life. I can't live like this. It's so funny. Imagine a guy with no money, no hope, no future. And what do I want? I don't know what came over me. I wrote down, I'm, going to be a coach. I'm going to be a trainer. The same dream that I had. And somehow, I don't know what got over me. I wrote, I will contact Tony Robbins. You know, Tony Robbins. Okay. The, the that time he was the number one, the greatest, uh, you know, peak performance coach. I'll contact Tony Robbins and I will purchase all all his educational material, because if I have to be a coach, I need to educate myself. How can I be a coach if I don't know the tools? I only knew public speaking. I said, I'm going to contact Tony Robbins and I'm going to buy all his material. what a what a funny thing when I think about it now, because I didn't have a penny, man. I didn't have money to buy French fries here. I'm talking Tony Robbins. It would have cost me thousands, at least 1,000, 2,000, $3,000. I said, I'm going to contact Tony Robbins. Then I said, second one, I'm going to start doing coaching for companies and I will get paid. I just wrote it down. So stupid, because here I was sitting with clothes like this and a torn trouser, and I'm saying I'm going to start coaching. What coaching? Like, man, you need to have a suit and tie. You need to. I didn't even have a degree. Forget credentials. So I wrote that second point. Third one is, I'm going to go to every coaching seminar, session, program. I'm going to certify myself with all the certificates. Okay, good plan. 3 points. And then I wrote down with the ball pen, and then I was like, okay, if I have to do all this, what do I need? And I need money, right? I was like, okay, how much money? And then I did some rough calculation, whatever. And I put down, I need 200,000 dirhams. Okay, roughly, I think it's around 50,000 US dollars. Okay, that's the figure I put. And after I put that, I was like, okay, $50,000. Okay, 200,000 dirhams. Okay. Now, from where will I get it? Where will I get it? You see the problem that I am. If I certify myself, if I get the credentials, then I can do coaching and then I can earn money. But to get the certification, I need to pay money Then I can be coached. Then I can do the service. Then I can get money. So it came down to I need money to be trained. And now I don't have any money. What the hell do I do, man? I don't have any money. So there I put the goal. Okay, I need 200,000. Now, how will I get the 200? All this is happening as I'm sitting there. Huh? I said, okay, get this money. Somebody has to give it to me. So I was like, okay, I'm talking to myself. How do I get it? I'll ask somebody. Okay. I'm talking to myself. Huh? Okay, I'll ask somebody. Why will they give it to you? I'll tell them I'll pay them back later. If they say no, well, I'll keep asking. And some other people, I'll tell them, can you give me the money you don't need or can just give it as charity? You think people will give charity? You can try. There's no harm in asking. Okay. So we'll ask 200,000 dirhams. Give it to me. I'm not in a position to pay you back, but you give it to me. Why? Goodwill? Just, I don't know. Just give it to me. But why? Yeah, because I have to study, do the coaching. That was my reason. I'm going to ask somebody, total stranger, 200,000 bucks to be trained so that I can start my career. And what do I give you back in return? Nothing. Maybe I'll give you later. Okay. That was my game plan. Good game plan. I'm still eating the French fry, writing it down. And then after that, I was like, okay, good game plan. So what do I need to do now? Well, what do I need to do now is I don't have a place to stay. I need a place to stay, right? I don't have money for rent. Okay. Need a place to stay. Okay, good. I need some food to eat. Well, I had some food. I was like, okay, I'll figure out, I'll take it like a takeaway. I can eat it for later. Okay, good. Maybe I can ask this guy to give me some food for cheap. Okay, I'll pay him. Okay. So all the game plan was happening. Okay. I wrote it down on a sheet of paper. I wish I had kept it, but okay. I finished eating, feeling a little full. I was happy now. Tears stopped rolling. And then I was drinking the juice. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? Well, I need to, I can't sit here the whole day. I have to get up and find a place to stay. Now, before I tell you what happened next, which, how many minutes is over? 37 minutes. I'll do it in another video. But before, we'll make it part 4, guys. But before I tell you what happened next, remember what I stated. I wrote down on the sheet of paper, I'll contact Tony Robbins. I wrote on the sheet of paper, I need 200,000 bucks. I wrote on the sheet of paper, I need a place to stay. I'm wearing this. I don't have money to 2 dirham 25 fils. That's all the money I had. The sandwich was 2 dirham 50 fils. The food that he gave me was maybe 20 bucks. Okay, with the juice and all that. And here's my game plan. What is my game plan? I'm going to contact Tony Robbins, buy thousands of dollars worth of educational material. I'm going to borrow 200,000 bucks and never pay it back. And somebody is going to give me this money for free. I'm going to find a place to stay and I don't have money for rent. Why will someone give me? I don't know. Good game plan, right? Okay, that was my game plan. I'm going to shock you and tell you what I wrote on that sheet of paper. If I made a Hindi movie or I made a Hollywood movie, it would flop because they would say, this is garbage, this is rubbish, this doesn't happen in the real world. Everything I wrote on that paper actually happened. Tony Robbins, I contacted Tony Robbins and he gave me all the educational material. How is what I have to tell you. 200,000 dirhams I wanted for free, and and somebody gave me that for free. I need a place to stay, and that day itself, that day, I finished eating food. That day itself, I got a place to stay. It was not that same guy; it was somebody else, and it's the most craziest story coincidence, which I myself can't believe. Like, if for me to tell you, I need to believe that it is possible. But I'm not telling you because it's possible. I'm only telling you because it happened. It happened. Not suddenly, one by one. It's the most unbelievable thing. I don't know what it was. Magic, karma, writing on the paper, what it was, but or I'm just bloody lucky. I don't know. But everything happened exactly as I put it on the paper, not in the same sequence though. So I'll leave you for now. And as usual, my my request: if you have seen the video till the end, please mention. And would you like to know what happened next, which will be part 4? I know it might look like, hey, you're simply dragging this. Hey, what the hell, man? You want? But these are the stories which are locked in my heart, which have changed me, which have made me who I am today. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. It's like I told you, if I were to make a movie, nobody would believe it. So, but yeah, this was the Ultima cafeteria story. Sadly, I found out that his cafeteria closed down before COVID or during COVID. They couldn't drag. I wish I had kept in touch with him. I don't know where is he. I have a photograph. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I'll share it at the end of this video. I miss that man. He changed my life. I did see his son. He did have a son, and I used to go and say hello to him once a while. But I never forgot his kindness. That's why I say, the people who helped me the most were not Christians or Catholics. The people who was born and raised with. All the Christians, Catholics, they dumped me. My own mother, my own father, stepfather, my own people. Not even a glass of water. Hindus too, I didn't know many Hindus, but a Hindu did help me, which I'll talk about later. And cafeteria guy was a Muslim, but then a Christian did come from out of the blue, not a Catholic, out of the blue. I'll talk about him also. So yeah, the next part will be he'll be like a Hollywood movie. He'll be like, "Come on, man, stop bullshitting with me." Tony Robbins is not going to speak to you. Forget that, Tony Robbins. Free house. I'm there. There's no place to stay, and someone gives you a place to stay. That second, it happened. And the biggest one of all, 200,000 dirhams. Calculate, convert. 200,000 dirhams. My pitch was, I need this money for my education. I'm not going to pay you back. Can you lend it to me? Can you give me 200,000? I will not pay you back. Why do you need it? To study. And I got the money. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Please do comment. That's the only request I have of you. Watch the video till the end. Just put it. Yeah, watch the video till the end. And would you like me to make part 4? Because if people are interested only, then I'll make. Otherwise, It doesn't make any sense because these are very, very powerful, very intimate stories, which, those tears that you saw, no, it wasn't planned out. It was inside. It'll always remain in. So just let me know that, yes, I watched this video till here and I want, please share with me part four. Just, like a friend, just say that I want to know what happens in part four. And yeah, not just that sentence, talk to me, like communicate with me. Tell me, like, did it touch you? Did it inspire you? Which part of the story was like touching or shocking or surprising? Or share your own sufferings and pains, or can you relate to what I'm saying? Because that's the only way we guys can bond. Remember, these videos that I'm sharing is not for views. It's something from the heart. All right. Yeah, guys. Now maybe you understand why I wear these shirts. It keeps me grounded. I really feel very comfortable in these clothes. People say, hey, you're a beggar, you look poor, you don't have any brand, you're not standing next to your Lamborghini or hot babes here. I get so happy. I like these shirts. Yeah. I like it. It's so loose and it's very simple. Anyway, this is a side of Loy Machedo that I don't share with very many people. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, I'll share with you about my parents being there, not refusing to help. What happened to them, the twists and turns. Funny, the story is dragging. Yeah. What the hell? But there are so many memories. Anyway, this is part three. Like I said, comment down below. Let me know. Interested? You watch the whole video? That's number one. Are you interested in part four? Let me know. And yes, please share something from your heart. That helps me bond with you as brother, friend, whatever. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know. And if this video inspired you or touched you and you want to share with someone who needs hope, do so. Remember, part four is Tony Robbins, the accommodation that just happened, and the miracle of 200,000. Like a trailer. All right. You guys take care. Yalla. Bye.